We are back.
Are we actually back?
Just checking. Can everyone see? Are we okay? Don't know what happened. I blame Dan.
Blame me.
It's obviously
Blame
me,
me.
but blame Dan.
Are we actually back, Chud?
I think so.
I'm not sure if it's showing. Wait there. Oh no, chat, Chud. Oh yeah, we're back. We are back.
Yeah, I can see my bald head looking at my phone.
Yeah. Sorry, I've just loading. Oh no. Oh god, this isn't good. Is it where I've done it so good? I can't even remember what I was chatting about now. What were we chatting about?
Can't see or hear anything.
No,
That's- You need to refresh the TV, Rosa, and it's probably because you've got chat only on your phone.
it's not loading the video, Chad.
What? It's alright on my phone.
Is it?
Yeah. Nope.
Wait there.
Maybe it's not.
Is it not? Shit. Ah, shite.
Yeah, it's fine. You just what you have to do is come out of on your phone. Just come out of it and then go back in because it will start a new stream.
Here we go. Oh, here we go. Yep.
We are back. Apologies,
back.
apologies. Technology, and it's wonderful when it works, and it's shite when it's not.
Working now.
I blame the solar flare. Definitely a solar flare.
Yeah, mate. Do you know what? It sounds stupid. It could be a solar flare.
Yeah, it could be fucking up
It
everything.
generally could
Seven
be.
Beach will disappear in a minute. We'll just vanish.
Mate, it's like that scene on Starship Troopers when he's chatting to his mum, and it just goes all dark.
I can't remember. Is that when he gets all crazy because he lost signal and then he goes and takes out on someone?
Well, he goes fights the
That's it. Yeah.
the bugs. It's a bug planet, an alien planet.
No, I'm thinking of oh Jesus, what's the one? If you fucking hell. Oh, come on, brain, you can do this. I believe
Go
in
on,
you.
Chad. I believe in you.
Sunshine. You know the film Sunshine?
Oh yes, is that about when the sun's actually dying?
They're going to try and restart it with a fusion.
A nuclear fusion reaction.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's a scene in it where someone's in the communications part for too long, comes out, and then the next person goes in, and it's like, you've lost communication, because obviously they're moving around the sun and stuff like that, so they've lost their connection. So
Yeah.
then end up coming out and he starts fighting him and stuff like that. It's quite funny. But, that's a great film as well. Never a good film.
Do you know what, mate? What film I watched the other day? Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Did you watch it?
Have you
did
seen it?
No.
Have you seen it?
No.
Holy First off, it's absolutely fantastic.
Okay.
I would recommend it. Watch it. It's
Okay.
a really good film.
Yeah.
But fuck me, it is confusing. There's parts in it, and you're like, okay, what the fuck did I just watch? And I don't know if whoever was on it was taking something. I don't care what anyone says. He was taking something. I quite like the fight choreograph scenes. They're dead good in it. Because the reason why I like it, and you probably notice with modern films, is shaky cameras.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, I hate shaky cameras. In this film, there are no shaky cameras. It does a nice wide view, so you can see all the action, and it doesn't make you feel sick as a pig.
I tell you who's the biggest sufferer for that, and I've pointed out to the people that watch it that I know, and they're never going to say this, is 90210, whatever it is, that series that was on TV.
What, Beverly Hills?
No. Sorry, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
So until I told the people that this because I remember watching it and I was like, this is shit. Until I told them what the camera does, because every now and then the camera will zoom in really quickly to someone and then zoom back out, and it's always constantly moving around.
Oh, I can't stand it.
And I just hate that. So, okay, all right, okay. So Cloverfield was filmed on a camera.
Yeah.
Do you not like that film because of that, or?
I think it makes it a worse film. I preferred Cloverfield Lane, where it was more of a traditional film.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
But yeah, the original Cloverfield shot on the camera, I can't watch it.
Ah, it's a cult classic, that one.
Wow.
Because it cost them 12p.
Yeah, because it costed 12p. It's the reason why I don't also like the Blair Witch Project.
Fair enough. And the scent is like that as well, isn't it? And I d-
See, just Descent I can deal with because they
it's
only use it in limited parts.
yeah,
Like most of the film's short is shot normally, but yeah, there's parts in that, isn't there, where they do sort of first person
use
view.
the
Mind
hand
you, saying
camera.
that, in the Doom film, I love the part when they do the first person part.
Do you know I watched that the other day? Doom.
Mate, I know it gets shat on, but I actually like the film.
Even it has nothing to do with the games,
No, nothing at all. Well,
but
except for the demons, I suppose.
yeah, but they're blaming it on a genetic mutation, though, aren't they?
That's it. They're blaming it on a genetic mutation. Yeah. No, it's not.
Rather
No,
than hell and stuff. But is it technically hell, or is it because they've opened up a more? It's like yeah. Well, we should save that for another time. We could talk about Doom because Doom's quite an interesting subject, like hell and stuff like that.
Helen stuff. Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about the film. First off, a bit of trivia. It's the only film I think that to have killed The Rock.
What's that? Doom.
Doom.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure no other film has he been killed.
The Mummy.
Scorpion King. Did he get killed, or did they seal him away?
Oh, he fell down the pit, didn't he?
He fell down the pit,
Yeah.
and they made like 4 films afterwards.
One with The Rock, and then the rest with some other random person.
Some guy. So he didn't die in that film then.
I like it when Rock plays bad guys. I think he does it really well.
The Rock. I think he makes a good bad guy. I think he does make a good bad guy.
Because this Shazam should be pretty good when it comes out.
Do you know what? I can't wait for Black Adam, but
That's it, Black Adam. Sorry.
Black Adam. Well, it is part of the Shazam, isn't it? He is part of Shazam, or Captain Marvel if you're old school. But I think I just want him to fight Henry Cavill. That would be such an epic fight.
Oh, The Rock versus Henry Cavill.
The Rock versus Henry Cavill. But DC, as we've moaned plenty of times, can't get their shit together.
It won't happen.
It won't happen. It won't happen.
And then by the time that those two are in the film together, Black Adam will be part of the I can't remember what the group's called. What do they call them? League of Justice, Justice League.
Oh, the Dark Justice League or something.
Yeah.
Hey, that would be pretty cool. Oh, is he part of the Dark Justice League?
No, he's part of the Justice League.
I don't think he is. He's an anti-hero.
No, he's not. He's a good guy. Well, he's no. Okay.
No,
he's the same league as Batman.
I think you're wrong there, Chud.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, he doesn't join the Justice League.
Huh. I'm gonna Google it.
Because the only thing he's interested in is resurrecting his dead wife. So that's why sometimes he's a good guy and sometimes he's a bad guy. Because if it involves his wife, I'm pretty sure he might join the Justice League Dark. Is it? I don't know. I'm not my comic book knowledge is a little bit limited. But
yeah, no, he's in Justice League.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Black Adam first appeared as part of the new 52 DC universe in Justice League.
Oh, that's the name of the comic book.
Okay.
So I don't think he was part of the group. He was
Black
part
Adam
of the
features.
new 52 Justice League comic book series. Okay, that's fine.
Plus, Black Adam features in the DC Dark Crisis event, in which he's the only member of the Justice League to survive total annihilation by the villain Pariah.
Maybe he does
Though
join
Black
the Justice
Adam
League.
is
Then.
becoming even more of a mainstay for DC comic book releases. He remained much less well known. He's supposed to be just as powerful as Superman, isn't he?
Yeah, that's why he's just as powerful as Superman. Technically, Shazam is as well. Shazam can actually go toe to toe with Superman. That's why, like I said, DC need to pull their fingers out.
Well, it says here. It says that ultimately there is no definitive proof that Black Adam is as stronger than Superman or vice versa, but there, in brackets, hopefully, eventual meetup in the DC EU will no doubt attempt to answer that question, even if the answer is stalemate.
Oh, it's going to be a stalemate. I'm pretty sure. You can imagine Rock probably has something in his contract where he can't lose. You can just see it now, can't you?
Yeah, no, they won't let him lose. It would just be like you said, it would be like a square off where they kind of square up and fight a little bit, and then Wonder Woman comes in and flaps her tits around and goes, "Stop fighting, boys," and then they'll just stop fighting.
No, God. Well, do you know what? You're probably halfway towards a script there, Chud. Mind you though, I know people shit on the Justice League film, but
I like
do you know what thing I loved? I loved the music. Do you know in the very first? No, sorry, is it Batman versus Superman when Wonder Woman joins in against? So
Hans Zimmer did the music for. He did the music for Man of Steel, and he did the music for Batman vs Superman, and he did the music for Justice League, the first one, I think.
Okay.
The original Justice League, or I can't remember what it was. So yeah, that's why the music's good, because it's all good old Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer, he gets his little porkies and everything, doesn't he? Pardon me.
It makes the film. He makes that every film that he's ever done music for has made it, like Interstellar, Inception, Gladiator, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of all the films he's done. He did bollocks. Did some war films.
He's done so many.
Let's some Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer.
He was supposed to retire, and then he was just like, someone just offered me enough money for this film, so I was like, okay, I'll come back.
I wish I could do that.
Right, let's have a look at his full music. Where is that going to be? Hans Zimmer movies. So he did Interstellar. He did the new Top Gun, Gladiator, Dune, the new Dune, Inception.
Yeah,
sorry, I thought you were going to say something.
No, I was just saying Dune was probably the most boring film I've seen recently.
They're just building it up. Give it time.
Oh God.
Lion King, Pirates of the Caribbean, Kung Fu Panda, The Da Vinci Code, Dunkirk, No Time to Die, The Dark Knight Rises, or The Dark Knight, The Last Samurai, all the Pirates of the Caribbean, Pearl Harbor, Blade Runner 2049, Dune Part 2 he's doing, it's coming out next year, Man of Steel, Madagascar, The Dark Knight, 12 Years a Slave, Rush, Batman Begins, Black Hawk Down, The Thin Red Line, Sherlock Holmes. He's done
so much. He's done so goddamn much.
Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice League, Rain Man, Wonder Woman, Hannibal, Kung Fu Panda 2, Megamind, The Rock, Mission Impossible 2, Kung Fu Panda 3, Cool Runnings.
What he did? I didn't realize he did Cool Runnings.
Yeah, Sherlock Holmes,
love that film.
Madagascar, Boss Baby. So he's done a fucking fair few films.
He's done a fuck.
I know.
Now apparently they're all good. There are some bloody great films in there. But have I heard they're redoing Cool Runnings?
I hope not.
I hope not, because John Candy is the perfect manager in there. Let me see. This see Cool Runnings.
A sequel. A Cool Runnings sequel.
They're doing a sequel.
Team Hero doesn't want Disney to. Doesn't want it to remake the iconic movie, but they want them to do a sequel.
How can you do a sequel to that? It's such a good childhood film.
I suppose would it be them as old men and training their kids to do it? That sort of cliche shit.
Probably. I think No, I think you're right. It'll be some cliche like. Or you get like the actors from the last films, and for like 2 minutes say some wise words and then piss off. And that's it. They're like, "You got this, son."
Or someone's dad dies and they find his old bobsleigh outfit in the corner and goes and meets someone with it.
Yeah,
that's a fucking old chestnut. Oh, no, don't bother. If you're going to do that, don't bother. Unless you've got a really good script that's like completely original, just don't fucking bother. Just don't. Like you said, John Candy made that film what it is.
He made that film so good.
And he can't. There's no one out there that's got the level of character that John Candy has.
Yeah.
What's the other film he does? That he's looking after the girl.
I was gonna say Uncle Buck.
I say Uncle Buck with his car.
Uncle Buck is a fantastic film. It's a shame he died early, but apparently he had a drug problem, didn't he?
I think he had quite a lot of problems. I think he had
Quite a lot
alcohol,
of
drugs.
problems. Alcohol, drugs, wasn't it?
Died of a heart attack, didn't he?
Heart attack, yeah, because he was on a bender, I think.
Fucking hell.
So I think he'd been on a bender all night, came home, and then died in his bed.
But he was quite a big bloke, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he's a big bloke. Well, again, like I said, he had trouble with his weight, trouble with his life.
Shame. Anyway,
Mate,
right,
one film.
so,
Sorry,
go on.
are we gonna chat? I just want one more film that I'm not sure if you've seen. Is 1917. Have you seen that film?
Yeah.
Mate, absolutely class film.
So, hang on, wait, stop. Right, 1917. Is that the one where the boy has to take a message to somebody?
Yes, to stop the assault.
So, interesting fact. So in every scene, there's only ever one camera.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Yep.
And then the camera is like, I agree with you. There's not much that really happens in it, but it's just like the bit where he goes to the village and it's just on fire.
Yes.
And you can't see anything but this guy is like surrounded by fire, and it's crazy. And then he gets chased, and it's an epic. And then the character dies as well, and you're like, no, I really like that character.
No, see, that's what I like about it, because
it's realistic.
It's realistic, and like they formed like a brotherhood, didn't they?
Yeah.
And it's
because he wanted some milk.
Yes, wasn't it? But it's just just a film I was thinking of. I'd recommend it. Watch it. Very, very good. When did it come out?
It's on Netflix, I believe.
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, if people have got access. I think both of them are. I think Dunkirk and... Because they both came out at the same sort of time. Dunkirk has quite a lot of celebrities. That's more about... The Dunkirk one's about the rescue of like using fishermen and all their boats to come and rescue people that aren't...
Basically the greatest victory ever.
Yeah, because they're getting that absolute asses handed to them because it was a complete fuck up from the start. But...
And Rosa, we didn't spoil the film because we didn't say who it was. And that's how Dunkirk has Harry Styles in. Yeah, we know. Apparently he's going to be quite good in it, though.
Well, I've seen another film he's in.
He's in quite a few things now, isn't he?
He's not that bad, actually, in Dunkirk.
I need to watch it.
Not in it for very long. It is good. It's definitely one of those films you have to sit there in quiet and just. This is 1917, whatever it is called. You have to just kind of like zone
watch it. Yeah, and like problem is, I love war films. I think they're probably my favorite genre, being honest. But Jodie absolutely hates them.
How does she?
She absolutely hates them because
is it because they're graphic, or?
I think it's just because it's real. Like,
or she find them boring?
Not boring. But like, she doesn't like it because I suppose it's realistic. I say realistic, but do you know, like a film about a monster or whatever?
Yeah.
She doesn't care about if it kills loads of people. She doesn't like films that are like
not emotionally attached.
Emotionally attached, yeah.
Okay, fair. I can understand that. Yeah, I can understand. I mean, every war film gets me in the heart anyway. Because I always think like what these fucking blokes sacrificed for us. Yeah. It's like we can never pay them for it, and then there's you got these scrawny little cunts out there that. I said the C word.
You said the word.
We're demonetized.
Demonetized.
That's where we'll get our stream ended now. I said it quietly, okay.
And the history is cool. Yeah, I think what makes sort of World War films interesting is that it's sort of just about in that region where. You might know someone who participated in it, but you obviously, I'm trying to think of the word I'm thinking of. It's just in that time frame when you think, is it just going into legend, or because basically most of the veterans have died now, haven't they?
Yeah, there's not many people left.
Not many people.
Pardon? There's like one guy left or something.
There's very, very few, isn't there? So it's just that time period when it's just sort of going into legend, or it's just going into I suppose people can't remember it, if you know what I mean.
Do you know what I find? Because they always say that the First World War was more significant than the Second World War. Well, not significant. What's the word I'm looking for?
More bloody? Well, no, because World War II was more bloody.
Yeah. I find the schools, they'll teach you about Second World War, but you don't really learn about the first one because they're kind of, I don't know. I think there's a lot.
I think you tend to get. I mean, from what I remember being taught in World War One is, they all on Christmas Day they all got out of the trenches, played a bit of football, and sang songs, and
the Somme and that sort of stuff. That's
it,
all I know.
The Somme, and then they sort of don't go into anything else about it, really, do they? From what I can remember.
But I definitely thought there was more deaths in the First World War.
What the problem with this is it's hard to keep an accurate record.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it includes civilians.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing this. Yeah.
And that's what makes it incredibly hard, because unlike soldiers, even then I suppose most soldiers are sort of registered so they can sort of account for who's been killed. But with civilians, it's a bit harder, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. And it's completely different warfare. Anyway, we need to talk about this. We'll save that for another time. What was your subject today?
Oh, so we're going to the subject.
We'll
go to the subject. So, subject. Liz Truss obviously got caught saying on camera, and I think she was just at was it like a barbecue thing? Now, are Britons are lazy? Thoughts, opinions. What's your thoughts on it, Chad?
It depends. Because I've worked with some lazy fucking people in my time.
Yeah.
But I think she means more. No. I think she means more the fact that, I don't know, because on the one hand, people are saying that we want shorter days and like shorter working hours or some shit, and on the other hand, if you look at some countries, like how they like their working shifts are 9 till 6,
yeah,
and you don't really stop. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to compare us to somewhere like Japan. So in Japan, it's almost mandatory to work 13, 14-hour days.
Right.
Whereas here, it tends to be 9 till 5, Monday to Friday. But in Japan, you literally work 80, 90 hours a week, and it's sort of seen as a badge of honor.
Right, okay.
Whereas... But thing is, though, I don't want that. I don't want to work fucking 90 hours a week, because you got to live your life, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely.
You just hear about people all the time that expect to have things in life but not working hard to get there. And that's the thing as well. I've seen, and I think this is the problem with, I suppose, the benefit system, in that obviously people shouldn't live off shouldn't live off benefits indefinitely. But at the same time, why would you work 40 hours a week for maybe
minimum wage?
Probably like minimum wage. Why would you?
And then get twice as much when you're on the dole.
So
I remember, because the dole system, the job seekers allowance and all this sort of stuff, it's only supposed to be a safety net. It's not supposed to be a long-term solution.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be just there for people that have lost their jobs and they need to help find another one. And I think that's what's happened, is that it's become diluted, and it's allowed people that are very capable of working and just choose not to, because there are people out there that do that, and it allows them to get away with it. And because I remember when I was younger, I was in and out of jobs quite a lot, because as a youngster you tend to do that because you don't really give a shit. And I went onto job seekers allowance, and I had a job by the time the job seekers allowance would kick in.
Yeah.
So I just thought to myself, I was like, because it took me ages to sign up to it as well, and I had to prove myself and all this, prove that I was looking for jobs and shit.
Yeah.
And within 4 weeks of, because it takes like about 2 or 3 weeks, and I think it takes over, well, I mean, this is going back, mind. It took like 2 or 3 weeks for it to be started to start.
Yeah. And
then obviously you'd get it every week, which was like, I think it was like £60 a week or something like that.
Yeah, I know, something shit, isn't it?
It was terrible. It wasn't even worth going to the job centre for it. But yeah, like, it took me 4 weeks to find a job, so I was just like, well, that was a waste of fucking time trying to sign up to the dole. So it's like, So people. So what I'm trying to say is, people that like me in that circumstance, it's not beneficial for.
Yeah.
Whereas you need, because they were like, oh, can you get the bus to the job centre to come and fill in some forms? I was like, well, no, because I've got no money, because I've got no job.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but you can't get any money until you sign up, and then it takes for 3 weeks and blah blah blah.
Blah 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 blah.
And I remember saying to them, I was like, well, what's the point of this then? Because I'm looking for jobs now. I'm not intending on being jobless for this long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and then, you just got the scabby fuckers that
there's
sponge off of society.
Yeah, there's always going to be people who abuse the system,
Yeah.
but how do you encourage them into work? How do you encourage someone that say, look, this is better, rather than, because like I said, I can't, in one sense, I can't blame people for just sitting around getting paid. If, why would you not do that? Earn basically the same money as if you was working, but you save yourself 40 hours a week.
I suppose there's also like the other end of the scale is there's people, because obviously they've done some cuts, haven't they, to the allowances and stuff. So there's people that, like single mothers, for example, that do have jobs.
Yeah.
Like obviously they have part-time jobs because that's all they can afford.
Yeah.
But now there's been cuts made to them, so they can't afford to do things like feed their children every day or what, that sort of thing. I think the benefit system is outdated, and I think it definitely needs a massive overhaul.
Oh God, yeah, I think yes.
But the problem is that you are going to cause a shit ton of outburst doing it, because if you say, right, okay, you're 17 years old, you're physically fit, you've got no reason not to find a job.
Yeah, I agree with you. See, this is what I was about to say. When you see people 17, 18 on the dole, and I remember, well, when did I start Wix? When did you start Wix? You were about 18. I was about 16 when I started Wix.
Yeah, no, I would have been just turning 18, I think.
Just turning 18. So I think it's more of a mental thing, because I imagine your mum was like this as well. But fuck. I was always told to earn my own money.
I remember having a conversation with my mum when I lost before I started Wix. I lost my job somewhere. I can't remember where it was now. No, I didn't. I just moved back. And my mum said to me, "You're not living in this house rent free. You need to find a job, or you're going to be on the streets." And I was like, "Fuck. Okay, I better find a job." Because I didn't want to be on the streets. And I was like, "Oh shit." So, and I remember one of the scariest moments in my life, and this is going to sound silly, was when I was with my ex-missus Jenna, and I lost my job at BHS, and she said to me over the phone, she was like, "You need to find another job." I said, "Well, I'll try, but I need help, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "I've just lost my job, feeling sorry for myself." And she's just like, you need to find a job or it's over between us."
Oh, shit.
And I was like, "Oh, fuck." And then, was it BHS when I... Oh, yeah, that's a fucking story I could tell. Because I think that was around Valentine's Day. I didn't send her a Valentine's card, so she's going to break up with me. So I sold my car for 50 quid. Quit my job in... No, I didn't quit my job. I just walked out of my job at Asda, got on a train and travelled up to Manchester to apologise to Jenna. And Jesus Christ, what a fool I was, eh? And now I just don't give a fuck.
Sorry, Rosa, you're in the shit now.
Yeah, I didn't travel into Manchester for you.
No. So I think another thing that's a problem is, and this is going to sound a bit weird, but I think one thing I think the government shouldn't have done is, obviously people at the age of 65, you could force someone to retire, couldn't you?
Yeah.
So what would happen is then obviously if they retired, people would move up.
Yeah.
People would constantly be moving up.
Yeah.
And I think now, because they've got rid of that rule, what tends to happen is you just have stagnation.
Yeah.
So you don't have people on... Because admittedly, when you join a company, it's quite regular. You start at the bottom and you work your way up. That's not happening. So you're not having these entry-level jobs given to youngsters. So then they're not being with a company for say maybe 2-3 years and getting promoted 2-3 they're not promoting. So what happens is you don't have good quality jobs available to these sort of school leavers or young young sort of people, and that demoralizes them. When you're going around job interview to job interview to job interview, not even getting a reply back, or even not even sending a CV off and not getting any feedback from it. I think that's quite demoralizing, and then that has an effect. Well, essentially, people think, well, what's the fucking point of trying?
Yeah. No, I understand that. I think there's a lot of I don't think it's just obviously NHS that suffers. I think every company suffers with that sort of stuff now.
Oh, because everywhere, yeah.
Government won't let you retire until unless you've been fortunate, not fortunate, unless you've been one of those lucky people that have decided to start. Like a lot of people I know that retire around now, they had a job that was really, really good to begin with, and then kind of like moved into the job that I work with now. So they have money in a pension, which they've saved themselves, and then they have the state pension, all that sort, which is fucking useless. And then they decide to retire. But like you say, the problem is that the age of people retiring, where it was like 50, 55, is now 65, 70, because they have to work, and because unfortunately people don't have that finance.
Yeah.
Which, like you said, it means that people like myself, like yourself, we end up being stuck in the role that we technically, like, if, for example, we started in for 5 more years than we should be.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, people lose interest then. So they go, well, fuck this, I'm going somewhere else because I'm going to get more money if I go and stack shelves in Lidl or something. And that's, no, I agree. But that's, well, tell you what, talking about that sort of thing, I've seen a lot of talk about the NHS recently. I don't know if you've seen it, about privatising. And they reckon that the government's doing something. The government's like secretly doing stuff to show that the NHS isn't coping and it can't cope, so we need to sell it.
Okay.
That's the kind of like rumor sort of thing going around at the moment. I can't remember where I heard it from. I think it was something I seen on TikTok or YouTube or something, saying that the government will say, well, we'll put more money into the NHS, and they kind of do it quietly, and then it goes wrong, and then they go, oh, it's not working, we're going to have to sell it and privatise it, and then you let these big fat cats get their fingers in that pie and
make a load of fortune.
Yeah, and ruin it for everybody.
The thing with the NHS is, I got to be careful now.
This is your employer.
I think what the NHS, it does need reform. I think the systems in place are because when was it formed? Just after World War II, wasn't it? It was formed, the NHS.
Late 40s.
And I think what's happened is it's not evolved with the current demographic. So people obviously are living older. People it's more complicated care. Beforehand, people were dying at, say, 50, 60 because of heart attacks or cancer or whatever, smoking.
Yeah.
Now, where modern medicine has advanced, definitely, like I said, I'm a therapeutic radiographer, so we obviously deal with cancer. What's happening now, and this is a good thing, it is a good thing, is that you're getting people, who maybe 30 years ago, they would have passed away from their cancer. But now, we're treating them 3, 4, they come back multiple times and living a lot longer, which is good. I want to say that's obviously a good thing. But the problem with that is, obviously, the older you get, the more problems you get. You need more specialised care, and obviously that's expensive. So you have to make sure you have the workforce basically capable of taking that pressure, of taking the knowledge on to deal with these very, very complicated cases. And sometimes you need to throw money at it, but then other times I think, like I said, it's more the systems in place.
Yeah.
Things can be very, very slow. Discharging patients is a massive problem. So you might have someone on a ward who's more than capable of going home, but they might need sort of a care package. They might need someone. All right, we need a carer to come in and maybe help you wash. But the problem is the carers are so absolutely booked they can't provide that care. So then you
Right.
have a person sat on a ward who pretty much let's say they're 50% capable of looking after themselves.
Yeah.
Whereas really that bed might be, well, obviously it's more beneficial for someone who is in, who might need care immediately. So you
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
this sort of this backlog, this massive backlog of people who could be out in the community caring for themselves
Yeah. Yeah.
rather than being in hospital. That could be in bed blockers, and it's not their fault. They're not the ones. It's the system's very very slow, very very. Like I said,
Needs
it does need
modernising.
it needs modernising, but I don't know how you modernise it without privatising it.
Well, I thought so. You obviously remember this when they moved, because all your records now are on a database system, aren't they?
Yep,
Whereas there used to be paper forms, you used to have to go. Yeah,
that's it.
I thought that was part of the modernization that they were doing, so that everything was going to be fucking digital.
Yeah, digitalised.
Digitally available, so it didn't matter which hospital. So care could be easier to obtain because they just send your details across. But like you say, because I think carers are one of those groups of people that take a certain type of person. Because I don't know, I couldn't do that job. I couldn't
I could
go to
do a
someone's
carer's
house and
job.
wipe their ass and clean their toilets, and you just. It definitely takes a special human being to do stuff like that. But I know I agree with you, Dan. I definitely agree. The only thing I've really seen is that it seems that the people that take it over don't really know what they're doing as well. Like the ones high up.
Again, I
Because
also
they
got
used
to
to
be
run
careful
in
about it.
businesses and they try to run it like a business, and it's
They
not
run it like
business.
a business. Yeah, I agree 100% with that statement. People, they do try it running it like a business, and the NHS shouldn't be run like a business. And that's one of the fears with privatisation is that, you sort of turn up, oh, what's that? You're not insured. Piss off.
It'd be like Scrubs, wouldn't it?
It'd be, this, it's the thing. We don't want an American system, where you go bankrupt because of some unfortunate, maybe you got in a car accident that wasn't your fault or whatever. You shouldn't have that. But at the same time, when you see, what did I see on the news? Some lady was stuck 40 hours in an ambulance.
Yeah, I seen something on Jeremy Vine. Someone was saying that it took them, maybe it was that one, like 3 or 4 days to get an ambulance or something. Thing is, the ambulances work on what do you call it? Bollocks. Priority basis, don't they?
Yeah, they work on a priority basis.
So they ask you certain questions saying, is the patient breathing? Yes. Do they have a pulse? Yes. Are they conscious? Yes. You're low priority.
Yeah.
If anything changes, call us back. But if you're obviously you're unconscious, you're bleeding, and you're not breathing, then you're high priority. And and then there's, unfortunately, there are people out there that abuse the system.
Yes.
That I think that's where this whole I don't think if someone rings up and says, I've got a really bad headache, I need an ambulance, then the person on the phone should go, take yourself to Boots, get some paracetamol and shut the fuck up.
The problem is that
Neglect.
a stroke? Is it neglect? Is that person having a brain aneurysm?
Well, that's it, and it's the worst case that 2 days later they're found dead, and who gets the blame? Oh, the call center does.
Yeah, because they didn't answer it, and this is the thing is, but you sort of have to treat everything as the worst case scenario, even though in your mind it probably is just a migraine, just a bad headache.
Yeah.
But you can't do that until the patient's been assessed, until obviously, like you say, they've gone to A&E, they've seen a doctor, they've had maybe some form of X-rays or MRI scan or whatever.
Yeah.
Of course, MRI scans. Sorry, people can ring 111, and then if they had any doubt, 111 should send an ambulance. And see, this is the problem with the 111 system, in that I think it is good, but those people aren't trained medical. Then they're
It's
not
voluntary, isn't
like
it? I think.
I think don't they have something stupid like a very short training course, and then that's it. Here you go, get on the
I'd
job kind
imagine.
of thing.
I'd imagine in front of them on the computer they have a box section where they click on it and it opens up another box that says yes or no. They say yeah, and it takes them to a different one, and then they go, "You don't need care right now."
You don't need care right now.
Yeah.
And speaking to someone, this is what COVID's brought on. I think seeing people in person and then not even seeing, speaking to them over the phone, is what you find is a lot of people, they try and put on a brave face.
Yeah.
There's things that happen when they're like, "Oh, it didn't worry me. Don't worry, it's just a little bit." But then you're like, "Well, actually, that's really serious."
I think that's something that old people tend to suffer from, and they don't want to bother anybody. So
they don't want to bother everyone.
I've got chest pains, but do you know what? It's probably just indigestion, so don't worry about it. And then, yeah, the unfortunate happens.
FaceTime and stuff as well. Problem is, again, Rosa, FaceTime, it's no substitute to seeing someone in person.
No.
Problem is, like, you can't, when you see someone in person, obviously you can see, it sounds stupid, like even things like your skin, what your skin looks like, if you're clammy, it's little things that you pick up, body language. You don't pick up body language very well on video.
It's usually single old people that live on their own that tend to do that. But we don't know because none of us work for the call centre, so we don't know. Dan's probably the only person that might know.
We don't. All I know is they're massively, massively under pressure. They're probably on the phone for the whole entire shift. I imagine non-stop, being hounded, and each decision might result in someone dying. So they're under huge amounts of pressures. I wouldn't like to do their job.
No, it wouldn't be nice. Any call centre in that fact. I mean, even if you're on a police call centre and you're hearing someone's house getting burgled and then that person gets murdered, I mean, I wouldn't like to do any of it, to be honest with you. I wouldn't have the stomach for it.
Yes, it was more than often. Not single old people homes. Single elderly people or old people homes. Well, yeah, again, it's like Craig said, I've had it so many times when people just, this is fine, it's all right. But anyway, we're sort of gone off the subject massively.
Liz Truss.
Liz Truss. I quite like talking about the health service, but right, are Britons lazy? Are we lazy?
Well, I don't think we came off subject. I think we just kind of divulged a bit. Because I think
problem is they tend to judge it on productivity, don't they?
Yeah.
And I think it's productivity just on how I'm not sure if it's based on goods or services or goods you're producing.
Yeah.
Now the thing with Britain is we tend to produce services, so basically there's more money in it. Think manufacturers don't make much money. Let someone like China or India manufacture stuff.
Yeah.
You want to be the salesman.
Yeah, they're selling the dishwasher or selling the washing machine.
You want to be the person selling the dishwasher.
Car,
yeah. Car manufacturers probably don't make loads of. I mean, admittedly, I don't know, but it's
not really.
Not really. Like for us, it's obviously our financial services, isn't it? Think when you loan someone some money, that they don't really do much.
No.
You literally go, "Oh, here's some money.
I trust you.
I trust you, but you're going to pay me back so much a month.
Here's my interest and here's my fee.
Here's my interest. It is, isn't it? Here's my interest. Here's my fee. It's low. It's low effort, isn't it? Really, it's the lowest effort of making money.
But probably the easiest, I'd imagine.
But probably the easiest because, like you say, we all need mortgages. We all need loans. We all need, and things like, do you know you get on like computers? Oh, do you want some insurance? Insurance is another thing, isn't it?
Mm.
Or for not, you're probably not going to use the insurance, but it's just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case.
I'll pay £1,000 a year just in case, and then
Just
6 years
just
later,
in
nothing
case.
happens.
Nothing happens. But you damn well know when you don't have the insurance, the fucking thing breaks.
Some twat hits you.
Yeah, well, yeah, no. Have you do have car insurance? That's a legal requirement.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Admittedly, I'm not an economist, neither are you. I don't know how they actually work out productivity.
Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry. I don't know if she's. So the thing is, there's no context to what she said, so it's just
admittedly,
it's just a running comment that she said this thing, and everyone's thrown up saying, "We're not lazy." It's like, don't get your back up. She's probably just joking around and fucking around with somebody saying, "Oh, you're just a lazy bastard," like the pizza guy. You lazy bastard. People know, right? People know they're lazy, and they're not stupid because, from experience, I've seen people that actively do fuck all, and they know they do fuck all. Because I've approached people many times and saying, "You're a lazy bastard, aren't you?" And they go, "Yeah, yeah." I say, "Why'd you do it?" Because no one's told me not to do it. And yeah, unless the management's there to challenge it, they're going to be lazy. I think there are definitely people. I mean, nobody. Right? Let's be honest. Nobody wants a fucking hard life today. Everyone wants it easy. Yeah. So if you can work smart, not hard, then why not?
Yeah,
that's definitely the main. So I'm not going to go and do X, Y, and Z just to like get it done when someone else, not someone else can do it. But I mean, you know what I mean. It's like I like to think, and I may be proven wrong, but someone may. I like to think I'm quite a hard worker. I'll gladly get my hands dirty and I'll get stuck in and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll admit, there's times where I'll at work, where I'll sit at the desk and I'll just go, I can't be fucked today. I'm just going to sit here. Yeah. And I know it's really bad to say, but I imagine everybody has those days where they're just like, I really can't be bothered. I'm just going to sit in front of this email and answer emails today.
Yeah.
Rather than going out there, because I mean, this is the thing that's difficult, especially with me, for coming from a physical background, like working background. And then there's people that obviously work in offices. There's two different types of hard work. There's physically hard work. So that your bin men, you're like you guys that work in DIY stores. You know, shelf fillers, the people that are constantly on their feet. It's physically exhausting.
Yeah, draining.
And then there's people that work on computers that do banking or accounts and stuff, and that's mentally exhausting. And yeah, I mean, I can't do it. I'm not academically sound, so I couldn't sit here on this computer now and do 8-hour shift in front of it, typing a load of shit, because I'd end up just going mad and wanting to kill someone.
Yeah.
But
I know exactly. Do you know what? My job, half our day is spent treating patients, half our job spending paperwork, and I always find paperwork harder.
Yeah.
Because it's not as engaging.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, it needs to be done, doesn't it? It needs to be done.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, it needs to be done. But like you said, I could quite happily treat patients all day, every day. Yeah. But then nothing admin-wise would get done.
Is that the old saying that you got to take the rough with the smooth?
Got to take the rough with the smooth, yeah.
So you've got to do the things you don't like sometimes. This is why I used to struggle with, as a manager, I used to struggle with colleagues that didn't like doing certain jobs because it was hard work or some shit. And I always had to explain to them, I say, like, I know you don't want to do this job, but it needs to be done. So can you please do it? And then I'll give you something easy to do for the rest of the day. Because I like to think I was always fair, so I was always just like, yeah, you do some hard work now, and then later on we can sit down and have a chat in the office and talk about fingering cats or something. I don't fucking know.
No, but see, what I always used to try doing is work my bollocks off for the first 2 hours and then try and have an easy afternoon. You know what I mean?
Which is sensible, isn't it? Because when you've got the most energy and you just want to get, because you just want to get stuff done, so just get it done. That's my theory behind it as well. Is let's fucking do this job, do it now, do it once, and do it properly, and then we can chill
Do it
out for the rest of the
properly,
evening, and
then you can chill out.
have it easy. There's no point making it harder for you, because if you stretch it out over the day, it just becomes monotonous and boring. You might as well just bang it out, get it done, and then fucking do something else. Like sweep some dirt around for the next 4 hours or something.
See, and I suppose this just goes to our conversation. Would you call that lazy or working smart?
I think it all depends, because it all depends on the job you're doing, I guess.
Yeah.
And whether you can get away with it or not.
Well, yeah.
Because I mean, if you can imagine, I don't know what it's like to work in somewhere like Amazon, but I can imagine they don't stop. It's how I think, and obviously there's a lot of problems going on with Amazon at the moment, like wages and stuff. But I can imagine in warehouses like Asda's and Amazon and Asda's and stuff like that, I can imagine they just don't stop. And then there's places like Wix where it's not as like extremely opposite, but there was times where you just kind of just sat on the forklift doing nothing and stuff, because there was nothing to do. Well, there was always something to do, but it was just like doesn't really need doing.
There's low priority.
Yeah.
See, this is what I don't want to be working for someone like Amazon, where they time how long you have a piss, or you're meant to be doing a box in like 2 minutes or whatever. That's too over the top, isn't it?
It's borderline slavery as well, isn't it?
That's borderline, yeah. Well, I'm not sure if it's borderline slavery because they're getting paid for it, and there's a massive difference. You chose to be there. But I think you have to be careful that you're not just making people into robots effectively.
Yeah.
You know, you want to do something that you enjoy, but at the same time, you got to do shit. Every job has a shit job, and you got to do it, and you just got to put up with it.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't know. What does Rosa think? Rosa, what's your thoughts? Rosa. She's having none of it. She's having none of it.
I can hear the TV. You've really just come through to the TV.
That was it.
There's a bit of a delay, about 15-second delay. I was listening then. I was like, oh, I'm going to hear. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, fucking Tories. So, not Tories, Conservatives. Fuckers. I got distracted.
I got distracted.
Can't speak home
things. Oh god.
We were just talking.
So naughty.
No, we bought some. So basically, we've okay. So diverting conversation.
We can divert now.
Yeah, we've had enough of this conversation. It's just for, so obviously we didn't have the catio. We had a conversation with myself and Rosa and with her parents, and we decided to let the cats in the garden now. So they're being let out. So I said, look, we didn't get a catio. We didn't spend such and such money on this catio, so why don't we get them something to climb on in the house to like chill out on and stuff.
Yeah.
So we did. So we bought this thing that's like a hammock, and then it's like a bowl that they can sit in and like things, and we fixed it to the wall so they can climb up it and climb into it and shit like that. But they haven't been using it for the. Well, I mean, I only did it yesterday, so they haven't really been using it. So I imagine that's what they're using now. But well, like you were saying, we spent yesterday tidying up the garden and stuff. We did a big tip run and stuff like that. So, but yeah, then we bought things for the cats.
Very nice.
But we got a garden back now, and yeah, that's our plan. We're gonna start doing stuff to it. There's a cat here looking at me. Yeah. Anyway, that's divulge over.
Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, I think we've been going on quite a while, aren't we? Looking at the time.
Chinwagon.
Yeah,
that's been long.
You need to decide, Dan, what game we're going to play together.
Oh shit! We need to decide. We do need to decide.
I've given you options, and now you need to decide.
I mean, how are you finding Back for Blood? Quickly.
It doesn't fill the void of nostalgia.
Okay.
Did you play the Left 4 Dead?
I never played the Left 4 Dead. See.
So they were Xbox exclusive, like 360, I think they were.
Yeah.
And I really, really enjoyed them because they were just comical, but like at the same time fun. And quickly, Craig, shut Rosa. Back 4 Blood is like. Did you play World War Z?
Oh, I played a little bit of World War Z. Yeah, I did.
Very similar, very, very similar, just without the big hordes.
Okay.
It's kind of like these fantasy sort of monsters that you gotta fight and stuff, and zombies, and it's all right. I mean, it's a good time killer. It's a good like fuck about with your mates or something. I wouldn't. It's not a serious game, that's for sure.
No, yeah. Well, so it's either between that, is it Back for Blood or Generation Zero?
I think we should do Generation Zero. I know I've played it, but I didn't play it to completion.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it when I did play it. So I think, I played it with someone else because it's up to 4 players, I think it is. But I reckon we should play that personally because I reckon you'll really like it because it's so different.
Well, I think that's probably probably is. Or what's the Dead by Daylight? No, Dead by Daylight. Do we play that together? But I suppose that's more like a multiplayer game, isn't it? Where you get chased.
Yeah. I
know. Again, I've never played that.
Yeah,
so.
but I played it. I used to play the bollocks out of it. I can't take it serious enough to be able to, because there's like you'll probably see that there's like a fan base for it, and you need to take it really seriously to be really good at it.
Oh really? I thought it was kind of a piss around game, wasn't it? Aren't you just
really
running away from like a murderer?
You are, but there's so many things. There's perks that you get. There's like I think there's like something silly like 100 perks that you can choose. Every character's got certain perks and stuff like this. It gets complicated, and you can you have your ultimate builds, and you get way too much into depth of it. It can be fun, but it becomes a grind after a while.
The grind.
Blood points. But
anyway.
Cool. Right, so you're playing. Actually, well, before you go, because those are those people that are watching this now. You played Alien for the first time on Tuesday last week. How did you find it?
Mate, I'm enjoying it. It's scary as shit.
Tell me about it.
It's just scary. Music and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like when you hear that original Alien theme tune, I was fanboying a little bit. I can't say I wasn't. Really good. Yeah, so obviously I'm playing that on Tuesdays at the moment.
Yeah.
You're still playing The Last of Us Part 2, so if please join in. I will say also before we go, please follow the channel. It helps us out massively. Just follow it. We do these podcasts weekly, and we do sort of Let's Plays throughout the week.
Yes. And there is plans for us doing a joint Let's Play with this game that we've kind of decided
That'll be, again, sort of a more casual... Well, I suppose we're casual anyway, aren't they? But even more casual.
Yeah, no, nothing serious behind it.
Nothing serious.
Yeah.
A bit of fun.
Subscribe. Oh, the cat's up here with me. Love it.
Oh.
Right. Well, enjoy the rest of the weekend, everybody. And Dan, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Don't do too much work on the weekend.
Yeah, isn't it?
And we'll see you all Tuesday.
Cheers. Thank you.
No pun
Cheers, Judd.
intended.